It's awesome. I love it. I stay here.
Okay, bye. He lives here now. Okay, come out before you die of hypothermia.
I don't need help.
I'm dying.
Hey? What's wrong? What did you do?
777 steps. Was it worth it?
Absolutely. It was an awesome waterfall.
Ask
Really,
me tomorrow.
really
Ask me tomorrow how my legs feel. God. Hey
Hi,
everybody,
everybody.
welcome back to our channel.
We just spent 10 days on the Portuguese island Madeira with views like this
Yes.
and this.
And we've made a list of some of the things you absolutely should not miss while you're here. So check them out.
Madeira, officially the autonomous region of Madeira, is one of Portugal's 2 archipelagos. And before you run and Google that word like I had to, that means a chain of islands.
Composed of 4 islands and situated off the northwest coast of Africa, Madeira is known for its warm, subtropical climate and for its wine. For this trip, we made the capital, Funchal, our home base. And everything we're gonna feature in this video can be found on the main island.
The main island is volcanic, rugged, and full of steep cliffs. You're basically always either climbing a mountain or falling down one, so be prepared with comfortable shoes. And quick disclaimer, our Portuguese is trash. We're so sorry in advance for all of the mispronunciations. Now let's get started.
This 1.5 kilometer trail takes about 90 minutes to complete and follows along the Levada do Faial.
A levada is an irrigation channel or aqueduct, and they are specific to Madeira. In the 16th century, the Portuguese started building levadas to carry water down from the west and northwest to the drier agricultural regions of the southeast to aid in processes like sugarcane production.
People also used to wash their clothes in the levadas if their homes had no running water.
This trailhead is located in Ribeira Frio, and the hike ends at the Balcoes viewpoint. Here you'll catch stunning views of the valleys below, and on a clear day, even the central mountain range.
But the highlight for us was definitely the birds.
Even though I look a little nervous here, Jörn and I spent about an hour hanging out with and learning about the species of birds who call this place home.
Before hitting the trail, you can purchase a bag of birdseed in a souvenir shop for just €1. Totally worth it.
That's a cloud. You can almost touch it. Wow.
If you're not really into hiking and prefer a more gentle stroll, like me, then this trail is perfect for you. It's mostly flat and offers you the opportunity to really take in the nature as opposed to being overly strenuous. And although there are the occasional tight squeezes, the Levada Trail is very safe.
Back at the trailhead, you'll find a restaurant offering typical Madeiran food, as well as 2 souvenir shops and a small church. We also recommend having a stroll down one of the other trails connected to Ribeira Frio. We ended up exploring this abandoned poncha bar for a bit.
There is a local bus that runs up to Ribeira Frio and drops you off exactly at the trailhead. But be warned, this bus only runs once a day in each direction, so you'll have to spend a big chunk of your day up here waiting for the bus home.
I've already slipped.
So, you know how I said the Balcoes is a great trail for non-hikers and people who want to enjoy the nature as opposed to feel like they're dying? Okay, I may not have put it that dramatically, but the Ponta do Furado viewpoint hike is not that.
This coastline is lovingly referred to as the Dragon's Tail, and honestly, that should be enough hint for you about the difficulty. In the beginning, the path is much more laid out and man-made, and I know Kate seems happy now, but just you wait.
Along the way, there are a few viewpoints and stop-offs that invite you to take a look out onto the horizon or down along the edges of the cliffs onto the crashing waves. And I encourage you to really relish in these moments, because soon the trail becomes less maintained and your focus has to shift from the horizon to the rocks in front of you. And for the love of ankles everywhere, please wear hiking shoes.
Because of the wind, tall plants cannot grow here, so please remember to wear sunscreen and maybe bring a windbreaker. We walked all this way, and the car park is over there. All the way over here.
What's the point of a hike when it's so hard that you have to look at the ground the whole time? Tell me, I want my walk back. I want to go walking.
We're almost there.
It was around this point that I started asking Jörn if it was even worth it, because if I'm super honest, the view at the halfway point was just as nice as the view at the final point. But 8 kilometers later, we finally made it, and when the adrenaline spiked, it was still worth it.
Now this place was unexpected. We heard this was a cool place to visit because the trees have cool shapes, but what we didn't expect was the pure vastness. It's amazing.
What did you just say about this place?
It's amazing. It's just so quiet as long as nobody is talking up there. It's awesome. Hello, I stay here.
Okay, bye. He lives here now. I will admit I have a little bit of a nervousness when it comes to hiking, and when like the edges come and stuff like that. I don't like to push the limits because I think if I had to call an ambulance, it would be impossible. So I always have to send Jörn places by himself because I refuse to come down there. Yeah, hi! You're beautiful! And the whole time I'm like, please don't die.
The Fanal forest is an ancient laurel grove dating back thousands of years, and it is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its biodiversity. On a clear day, the views are breathtaking, but the real fairy tale magic happens when the fog rolls in.
Like a cute elf lives here. I'm scared. You go.
Hello.
Hello.
It's huge.
My kitchen.
Nice.
And this is my bed.
Nice. And what, do you have a bathroom?
Here.
Oh, nice. Your eyes are extremely blue. Wow. You're like a fairy, forest fairy. Goodbye forever. You live here now. I'm going home.
There is no form of public transport that comes up to this part of the island, so to visit you'll need a car. There's a parking lot which leads directly into the forest, but we found it a bit difficult to locate. We ended up parking near the Fanal forestry station and entered from there.
We only got to experience a small bit of fog, but it was still magical.
Foggy!
What the fog?
Yes. Run to the fog, run! We literally are falling down to the fog. Fall to the fog. Oh gosh. Cows.
Next comes our second Levada recommendation, Levada do Alecrim.
Let's go.
We've already talked about what a Levada is during our Balcoes clip, so I'll spare you the repeat.
This trailhead offers many options for trails, including a connection to the most popular hike, 25 Fontes.
And I captured his death.
When researching which hikes to do, I read that Alecrim offers arguably equally beautiful views to 25 Fontes, but a much more manageable hike. So instead of taking the most popular hike, we decided to test Alecrim to see if it was worth it.
In comparison to the first two hikes we mentioned, Alecrim sits in the middle in terms of difficulty and safety.
Luckily for me, big sections of this hike felt more like a walk in the park. But there were definitely more sections along this Levada that were narrow, raw, or dropped directly downwards.
About an hour into this hike, you'll come to the first highlight, the Levada water slide. Though it's not slidable.
When you've reached this fork in the road, you'll have two options to continue. They both only add 1 kilometer. Don't worry, we won't make you choose. We did both.
If you take the path that continues straight, the hike remains quite an easy walk, and eventually you'll run into Ribiera de Lajeado. This is a beautiful waterfall with clear blue water that invites you to jump in.
If your name is Jörn, that is.
Okay, come out before you die of hypothermia. How was it?
Once you've dried off, it's time to head over to the second leg of the fork. This leg is no longer an easy walk, however. The entire kilometer is full of stairs and heads straight down.
Once you've made it though, you've come to a pretty epic waterfall, Lagoa do Vento. You can even walk directly behind it.
Or stand under it if you're not afraid of the cold water. The unfortunate part is once you're ready to move on, the only way out is up.
75, 76, 77, 777.
Nice number.
Don't act like you can breathe. I'm dying.
Right? What's up? What did you do?
777 steps. Was it worth it?
Absolutely. It was an awesome waterfall.
Ask
Really,
me tomorrow.
really
Ask me tomorrow how my legs feel. God.
Don't forget to wave goodbye to the cows as you leave.
Madeira is a plant lover's paradise. While there are many botanical gardens throughout the island where you can pay to see these plants in structured rows and patterns, nature is honestly everywhere. It's inescapable. There are so many free parks where you can spend an afternoon admiring the foliage, but along almost every street you'll find plants that probably are not native to your hometown.
Our favorite park in the capital of Funchal was Santa Catarina Park. Not only can you find an array of plants and wildlife, but this park also offers awesome views of the ocean and the port down below. And who doesn't love a playground?
What's going on?
For a plant-obsessed person like Jörn, Madeira is unforgettable.
This thing is like falling over.
We decided to take the public bus to our next destination and once again be warned because it only runs once a day, and that meant before sunrise. Welcome to one of the only sandy beaches of Madeira, Praia de Machico.
The benefit of taking the extremely early bus, however, was the fact that literally no one else was there yet, which meant we were able to snag one of these beautiful umbrellas for free.
It should be pointed out though that the reason Machico has sand in the first place is because it was imported from Western Sahara, which is definitely controversial.
It's pretty cold.
water is quite clear, and after a short 3-minute swim, you can catch some rays out on this floating dock. Let's enjoy the break for a second, shall we? Without any tools, I definitely struggled to make my dream sandcastle, so I settled for a racetrack instead.
There's the racetrack. You start here at the line. There's a car, and you go around. There's another car already. Around. Here's a car. Back through, very careful, and back through here. Here's where the announcer sits. Here are some people in the stands. Some people in the stands. Some people in the stands. And then here is the stage at the end where first place stands, second place stands, and third place stands. Or some would say stands. That's it.
How many times can we mention needing a car, you ask? Just once more, I promise. Some of our favorite moments were the spontaneous ones we found just by driving around.
For example, next to this picnicking spot is the Magic Tree. It's just a quirky little tree among a sea of repetition on the side of Highway ER 103.
Another awesome spot lies just on the other side of this cave, Cascata dos Anjos. A waterfall that falls directly onto the road down below.
We're about to drive through the waterfall. Are you excited?
Of course.
You've been waiting for this moment?
All my life.
Not too hard of the water. Yep, here we go.
Oh shit, I left the window open.
Woohoo!
Nothing like a free car wash for your rental car, am I right?
And our final place worth driving to is located along this freshwater lagoon. The ruins of St. George.
Hey, handsome.
These ruins date back to the 15th century and are the remains of old sugarcane mills. Because of mills like these and the importance of sugarcane, Madeira quickly became a major supplier to the whole of Europe.
Once again, these umbrellas and chairs were free. And if you can stand the cold water, you could enjoy a quick dip here as well.
Since I'm more the nature person of the two of us anyway, this part of Madeira was my absolute favorite.
But if you're more of a city person like me, that's where part 2 is going to come in handy. So check out that other video to see what you can do if you're not the hiker like me. Otherwise, subscribe, like, comment, tell us what you liked, what you missed, and we're happy to see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.